And we are here. You may see the ticker bugged, but we are here in Stinger, back again in Aero 88. We're gonna go and replay some practice footage. Actually, we're here in Aero 88. You can see the Peter Kenny 99 Wawa for Thunderbird, followed by the 90. Actually, that's a 5. The 5 Thunderbird driven by Spoonie. Behind him, you can see the 88, the 94, and the 21. These are all drivers just running their practice laps today, as the drivers are qualifying currently, which we cannot watch. We are on set for pretty good race so far. We're not looking at anything too bad, although we will start to reset everything on the ticker, make sure that you guys have a pleasant viewing experience today. This is using the ESPN ticker, developed by yours truly, Stinger TV. There's everyone that works at the channel. It was made with the criticism of the server members, things like that. We got it done, whipped up in about an hour. So this is a demo. Although it does not match the aero that we're currently looking at, it will be used for this race. Normally run the Fox 2001 ticker, but for tonight, I think it's a little fair that we just switch things up a little bit, you know, have a little spice. Just note, we are watching practice footage, by the way. We're not actually watching current race footage. Drivers are currently qualifying, and we're actually going to look at the standings. Right now, Glenn Townsend on the pole with a 30.535. Cam Smith on the outside pole with a 30.592. Chad Jones Jr. will shoot up to third in that 25 Folgers Chevy. Chase Clyde rounds out the second row, although it may switch up here. We've seen drivers like Brandon Carter shoot way high. Blake Reed as well. They both passed Chase Clyde, putting him onto the third row. When qualifying is over, because it should be mentioned, only the top 15 in qualifying will make it. So Peter Kenny, he's the last car that has a shot at it. Carl Childress, he's out. Joey Tardamella is out. Azriel is out. All of these guys did not qualify in. They're trying to gain positions, and they do. Long has hit the wall both laps, but he is in 13th. There's a bet for Azriel to make the field for $10 at the moment. Drivers are trying to cheer him, trying to motivate him, trying to get him to push above and come to the occasion, but it appears not, as he is currently a whole second off pace. A second and a 10th. 22 seconds remaining in practice. Peter Kenny on the cut line. Joey Tardamella.
Drivers, to your cars.
99 doesn't make it either. Peter Kenny, Joey Tardamella, the 8. And we are now on the field. We're going to try to get the flags up and running. Asriel, I'm gonna be real with you, man. Or we're talking to a driver on stream right now. But dude, we're all gonna not make events. We're all gonna have that. It's a matter of keep on chugging. If that's how you feel, you're open to feel so. But you're welcome here at all times. And we roll off. Azriel very sad that he did not make the field. Glenn Townsend, our pole sitter. Pole sitter with extreme lag issues. That's a 21 car, but we're gonna do a field run through. And Azriel, it's actually very sad to hear. Very sad over what happened. And we are coming to the green flag at Charlotte. Glenn Townsend, extremely laggy. 7 car not pacing well at all. The field checks up behind, and they almost wreck. 3 wide into turn 1, set for a log. Whoa, everyone is trying to get their car settled. Glenn Townsend dropping back. He knows his Wi-Fi is not able to hold up to the occasion. As the rest of the pack enters turn 3 and 4, the tightest corner on the track. Right now our leader is the 25. It appears no one will hit the wall out of the corner. You can see Daniel Claus Jr. in that 47 putting it 3 wide. They double file back out going into turn 1 and 2. It is really looking interesting for the field right now. You can see our leader, 25, Chad Jones Jr. able to pull away. He's always been good in these early 88 races, and it looks like he's going to continue that streak. Ryan Santana, first-time starter in 2nd place. Cameron Smith, second-time starter as well in 3rd place, really rounding out the top 3. Cam's a pretty good driver. I've talked to him a fair bit after last night's event. He enjoyed it very much, and it's nice to see him all the way up there. And there's a big pack right now with that 47, the 7, the 10, and the 65 of Blake Reed on that outside line. Pepper Long will shoot up high with Chase Clyde behind. Chase Clyde, he qualified on the 3rd row, I'm pretty sure, today. And he is now in that mid-pack. Checking the ticker right now, and everything is somewhat okay. And you can see that 65 really on that fly line, not where you want to be necessarily, because you can see the 88, he hits the wall. Puts you in a really bad spot if any mistakes happen. But the mid-pack is heating up a lot with Paul Farrakhan and Daniel Claus Jr. Daniel ended up causing the final wreck of Pocono, which was yesterday's event. In the 47, we'll get a driver danger for lagging a little bit and being pretty reckless with what he did on that 51 car. That 51 car is very beautiful. I think if he put some black rims on it, he could be called the Intimidator of Stinger. That car is very nice looking. Chad Jones Jr. maintains his lead as we come to the comp caution in a round under 28 laps. So far, no cautions, but the field is starting to spread out. The field's doing a lot, really. You can see that 10 car driven by Brandon Carter on that highline. I've been practicing with him a fair bit tonight, and that car is just very quick. Real fun car to drive around, real quick. He'll send it in on you, he'll give you a little nudge, and he will move you out the way. Brandon Carter, 2-time winner in Stinger, last one at Charlotte this Wednesday. Or my bad, Tuesday, as Chase Clyde into the fence. And oh, another car around, 36. That would be the 36 of Gary. And I think that's on the 10. We're going to review this, actually. Yes, it is on the 10. He hit the wall, and then the 9 car bounces off of him. But you can see this 3-car battle for 3rd, or for 2nd, actually. And we're going to try to fix the ticker here. So please give us a second. And the ticker is now fixed. Sorry for the little momentary pause. But the battle for 2nd, 31, Ryan Santana, 47, Daniel Claus Jr. We saw him running in the top 3 at Pocono and Trucks yesterday. Very quick car, although very reckless at times. We saw him put Benjamin Cuss in the 91 Red Bull in the wall in the final corner on about lap 25, it seemed. That really put Ben in a bad spot. Ben was the quickest car of the day. He was able to run that car hard, and he was able to run in the lead for a majority of it, battling with Kez Hill, the eventual winner of that event. But I think if Daniel did not do what he did in that day, Ben would have been the winner of that Pocono event. As Cam Smith right on the bumper of the other Cam Smith, who had to change his name because them both having the same name. Behind them, Brandon Carter, a car who ended up wrecking someone. We're going to check the chat right quick. No one has said anything in chat since they started the event. You can see the cars that have ended up spinning all the way back there. Chase Clyde, he's spun into the infield. He is not a lap down, though. So far, so green, I guess you could say, for Charlotte in Aero 88. Set for Chad Jones Jr., our leader. Ryan Santana in 2nd place. And Mead Ixel in 3rd. Cam Smith really lagging on the bumper of that 16. Not really what you want to see when you have a car behind you. You know, when you get a post off a corner, like, let's say you have to check up to get out of that wall and he bumper grabs because he's lagging. It can be a very bad situation very quickly. Although these cars are very lucky because they have no one really behind them like that. There are 15 cars on track, but all 15 cars are seeming to be running their own area code. Everyone has their space. Everyone has their air to run. Everyone has a little time to figure out what they're trying to do. As you can see, Brandon trying to figure out his way around the 7 with ease, going into turn 1 side by side. 36 on the inside, Gary Davies. Last start at Kentucky in NCTS 09. He finished 1 lap down in that event after causing it the only caution of the day. They're still not side by side. 7 will clear him off the court exit of turn 1 and 2. 10 car goes in 3 and 4. Not really looking like a Sen, just sort of running his pace. I think he's conserving his stuff. Right now, Ryan Santana maintaining his second place, first time starter in that 31 Chevrolet. But a 3-car tango heating up for, I don't know what position this is. This would be 5th. Daniel Plaus Jr., Cam Smith, and Brandon Carter, all of these drivers had... I did not know how Daniel got back there. He was running in the top 3 earlier for that 3-car tango. Seems that he just cannot escape the heat of battle, and I think he will, actually, falling back below the 10, going into 3 and 4. So far, very static field. Nothing too exciting happening. We've had 2 spins so far. No cautions, though. Dylan Townsend getting huge closing rate on his friend, Paul Perricone, in that number 51. We saw that 51 go into the wall in turn 3 and 4, and he did it again going into 1 and 2. Weird place to hit the wall entering the corner. The 15-car starting cap eliminated 3 drivers on today's event: Astriel, Joey Tardamella, and Peter Kenny, a very quick car. I think he ended up hitting the walls, but in Stinger, you really can't afford to make that mistake in these larger races. As Paul Perricone blinks out. We're going to do some onboards now. We're on board with Ken Smith, the number 7 Excelta Chevy. This car was ran at Talladega originally. It went to a win. That will be the 4th win of Cam Smith's career. His first one came at Bristol Dirt in CWF 15. He led every single lap of that event. It was very competitive, though. We had a post of the first-time starter, Zach103 TV, also known as Zachariah Armstrong in some leagues. Very good driver, very large community member. Everyone knows him, everyone likes him. As we come around turn 3 and 4, Cam Smith is going on the inside of the 16. That would be the 16 of the other Cam Smith. It's a Smith versus Smith battle here. Maybe even Cam versus Cam if you want to put it that way. But going into 1 and 2, the 7 would clear the 16, with the 16 looking to not have much to give, but that 10 car, I'd be watching him right now. We've seen him close up those gaps. We've seen him really pull in. We saw him do it at, it was not Pocono. We saw him do it at Texas, his first one. We saw him snooker a win at Charlotte. He drove in the grass, barely making it work, keeping the car straight to go on to win his second race in Stinger. I would not discount him for being in the running for this one for his 3rd. But we have a lot of talent up in this top 3 sort of running where they can. I don't think anyone's pushing it too hard trying to get into battle. It's trying to be too exciting, because we are in for a long night today, as we are only 15 laps in of this event. And it appears someone has retired, the number 41, Ethan Farley. Although I do not know why. We will check chat to see as the 5 car hits the apron. And oh, it appears someone got into that dirt, because there is dirt on the highline of this track. Gary Davies has retired, losing him a lot of rating. Race of attrition so far. You can really see what cars can't run and what cars can. You really got to get settled in and know how to run with yourself and just enjoy yourself on this track. But we're going to check the ticker one more time, so sorry for the pause. And it will not... And 9 car around, that will be a caution. Chase Clyde wrecked, and that 9 pours forward. We're going to actually review what happened here after we watch the race back to the line. Leader Chad Jones Jr. exiting turn 4 in the leader. You can see him, you could hear him get off the throttle a little bit there. I'm not sure if the stream really picked that up, but Chad Jones Jr. will lead back to the caution. Nine car goes in deep on the 88. 88 not running a race in a month. He qualified in. We're watching them go around. The wreck happened in turn 1, but they were side by side having a pretty good battle for a little bit. So Separate Law gets on the inside of the 9, and this is where the incident happened. They go into 1 and 2. 88 wrecks him. That'll be a driver danger for the 88. You've been watching Stinger TV. We're gonna try to fix the ticker here. I don't know what's happened. flag's even becoming bugged. We're going to try to fix this, so sorry for the momentary pause. We are looking to see what has caused this bug. We're going to try to clear the cache on the web page for the ticker. Do everything we can to get you guys these live standings, because it's appearing something just has not went right. Nothing is seeming to work. It appears that something is severely bugged, which is not really what you want to see. It's been working throughout the day, but apparently it has stopped working. Daniel Plus Jr. reporting that his gears have blown out, but we are currently paused on stream. There's nothing we can do about this, fortunately. We're going to try to get this thing back up one time. Yeah, it's just nothing we can do, unfortunately. I apologize, but this is what happens with demo streams. The ticker is appearing to not load up any data. And we are now pace minus. A lot of cars black flagged. Set for log, the car who caused the caution, back in 4th for the restart. And it's green this time by. Set for log, never mind. He gets an EOL. I'm gonna go let the entire field pass. Lucky dog as of now would be the 9. And we're gonna have a checked up pacing field. I can tell. Pace cars in. Back of the pack super separated, trying to catch back up. We are green. And that will be lap plus number 9. Pace Clyde. As we are 3 wide in the back of the pack, oh, they double file it out. They knew what to do there. Car in the dirt, 15 of Nico. Going on to the backstretch, a lot of pack movement going on right now. 51 all the way down. 51 of Paul Perricon on the inside of the 7 going into turn 3 and 4. 7 car and 21 switching around the smallest bit. 7 car, I'm focusing on him. 7 car will cut down on the 51. He was clear though, he is fine to do it. 31 gets by Brandon Carter. Brandon Carter takes it though. He's in 2nd place for this lap, but will he hold on to it is to be determined. 31 Ryan Santana's first time starter battles with the 10 to take 2nd place. 51 Paul Perricon battles with Glenn Townsend and Van Smith to try to get it, and Paul Perricon will be in the wall. He sent it in hard into that corner. He was doing everything he could there, but it did not pay off. As we come to 10 laps to the comp caution. We are going to check. Sorry that we have to do this again. Ticker is currently broken, by the way. We don't know what's happening. But going around 7 car on the outside of the 10, we can see that highline really work its wonders here. Barely away from that wall. Going on to the backstretch, he clears them, making a pass work on this highline. This track is very versatile. You can run a lot of groove. You just gotta know when to gas up. 1 and 2 is the place to do it. 3 and 4 is the place to lose it. We can see that 9 car right below that, or right behind that 10 as they all hit the wall. 9 car loose, 21 on the inside of them, battling hard for the top 5. You can see just how much of a lead that 25 Chad Jones Jr. has pulled out. 2nd place, Cam Smith making his way through the pack. 10 car up high, 21 tries to go down low. It will not work, it will. Going on the backstretch, I think this 21 will get on this inside, and yes, he will. Going into 3 and 4, he's barely there. 10 car goes high, 9 car shoots in low. He could send it 3 wide if he really wanted to there, but it's just not the place, not the time either. As we are 8 laps to the comp caution. 31, I would not forget about him. Don't discredit him. He was running in 2nd place all day. He was able to just maintain pace about a 2nd back from the leader. But it is a huge tango for the top 2. It's a lot of cars under a blanket right now. That 9 and that 31, they could get the draft and get by this 10 car going into 3 and 4. They're bump drafting down the backstretch at Charlotte. 9 car with severe rear end damage. He was the car that was wrecked in the cause of the caution. He was turned by sector long going into turn 1. He hit the apron, shot back high and wrecked him. He's hit the wall. He spun into the infield, and he is back. The 9 car is back. Chase Clyde battling for fourth. Chad Jones Jr. in his mind of his own, he's in his own area code right now. He is so far ahead that he doesn't have to worry about the heat of the battle that everyone else is facing. 10 car goes low, 9 car goes low, 10 and 9, 31 all involved. Just trying to get anything they can, trying to scrap by. These cars are tight, you can't push them too hard. These cars are restricted, sort of limiting them, not with a restrictor plate. And that will be a black flag for the 10. He was driver danger for hitting the wall earlier, and that was his final strike. You can see them sort of start to calm down finally. No wrecks have happened in that stint. Beautiful 65, Reed Racing driven by Blake Reed. Great looking car. Signature on the hood. That red is really blooming in the sun. Brandon Carter, he has to pit. He has a black flag. He has 2 laps to do it. When will he do it? It's up to him. He will need to pit from the backstretch. I think he's going to go on this time by. If I was him, I'd either try to run it up and get as much position as I can, or fall back as early as I can and try to make it back up later. And yes, he's entering pit road this time by. You could see him dropping onto the apron. Black flag for hitting the wall. Brandon Carter in that 10. Kings in Chevrolet. Highest placing forward right now would be the number 21, Glenn Townsend. He won the first Airway Gate Racing Stinger back at Daytona. He won the second one. He came from 7th to 1st in the final corner to win it. The field wrecked. It was a fun race. And boy, oh boy, that was a finish for the ages. We have a video of that on our channel. Top 10 minutes from Stinger Daytona. As Cam Smith, top 2nd place. Chad Jones Jr. in 1st. As we come through 3 to the comp. It'll be thrown on lap 32. The drivers will have to race back for it. We've been trying to fix these tickers all week, which is why we cannot currently see them. But when it is fixed, I assure you the broadcast quality will improve by a ton. There's still a little bit of a pat going on here. 16, 65, and 31. Ryan Santana, he was able to hold on to the top 2, but it appears he's being so conservative he cannot make it through the pack. And if I were him, I wouldn't take that as an insult. I'd take that as a gesture of being smart. We've noticed he has not hit the wall once today. He has not been involved in any wrecks today. He has been the car that's been the cleanest today. Him and Chad Jones Jr. really know what they're doing at the Charlotte. As we come to 1 lap to the comp caution, 65, 16, and 31 are the cars to watch. Updating the drivers right now on their situation of where they have to be. Chad Jones Jr., no one's closed in on him. 21 trying to close in on that 7, but right now it's becoming a 4-car tango. Brandon Carter, the car who had to pit for a black flag, exited pits just in time to go and catch up to this little pack. If he is to stay where he is right now, he will be the lucky dog and put on the lead lap after this comp. And we are now under competition. Caution yellow is out. It is raced back to the line. We will wait for the other cars to cross. And the server blinks out for a small second there. They're still battling. 31, 10, and 9. All going at it. 65, don't discredit him either. Him and the 16 have sort of been able to pull away though. They're not really having to fight too fiercely. If I would see drivers, I'd start to hold back now. And that 10 car, he does not know what that means. He will pass the 31, exiting turn 3 and 4. Almost. Wow. Very tense moment. 10 car, a lucky dog. We are now under caution. Oh! Spoonie around. Saves it, though. That was a little bit of an intense moment there. And we are now going to review the 51. He's saying that he turned him. Let's see what happened here. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. See what happened here. As we're now, let's try to get who's on board. 51 car. Driver danger 51 for reckless driving. No black flag for him though, as we are back to live coverage. A lot of cars off the pit road. You can just see how badly smashed up that 9 car is. Really bad for him. And as we come around, it is green next time by. Drivers are saying they got EOL'd for unsafe entrance. Brendan Carter, if he was to stay out now, he'd really be banking on a caution that may never come. We have about, let's see, 13 cars remaining out of the 15 that started. Races in Stinger are capped to 15 if they're at a mile and a half and down. Here's the 5 and the 51 are sort of having issues here. I'm unsure what about though. And it's green this time by in Stinger. 25, our leader, Chad Jones Jr. I don't think anyone's passed him today. 7 car Cam Smith, he was in second place on the caution was thrown. Ryan Santana back into the top 3. Cam Smith, the other one, also in the top 5. Chase Clyde, he was wrecked. He's caused the only caution of the day besides the comp. And he is now back into that top 5, yeah. And to round off, or to enter the top 10, entering the top 10, you have the 15 Nico, 5 Spooty, 65 Blake Reed, 21 Glenn Townsend, 51 Paul Perricone, 47 with 2 blown gears, Daniel Plaus Jr., 88 Seth Verlog, and Brandon Carter finally catches the wheel. He's our lucky dog. And we're getting ready to pipe the command for the number 10 car as we go green and Stinger. Pace car in. And we are green in Stinger. 2 wide, Cam Smith on the outside. Everyone keeps it clean at the seams. Going into turn 1, we may see a difference. Oh boy. The pack really gets active after these green flags, man. It's very interesting to watch. These drivers have to navigate through so many other competitors. Glenn Howard on that outside. Whoa, in the dirt almost. 5 car up there in there. That's Spoonie in the wall. 2 wide, 2 rows back for second. 7 car, Cam Smith, 9, Chase Clyde. They're racing like a super speedway at Charlotte. This is some interesting racing to watch. 16 on that bottom line, hits the apron, gets a little squirrely. He will fall to the back of the pack if he gets passed by the 9. Ryan Santana back to where he was running earlier, back into second. Cam Smith gets past. Chase Clyde having the biggest recovery of the day, turns him. He's around. This is going to cause some big trouble for the back of the pack. Everyone makes it around him. That is something. I can't believe that. In fact, the only car wrecked in that was Cam. It sucks for him, but the wreck avoidance there was really good. Thankfully, no one was on that high line and got collected. But the battle is not over yet. 88, 10, and 51 all in a tight tangle right now. We saw a lot of good drivers not make the field, and it appears that, oh, Cam is still making his way back up. Really interesting race to see. 88 on that high line, shooting back down. That's Seth Verlog. He's sending his car, is handling really good, even though the fact he has damage. 51, teleporting almost. It's really a race on Monte Carlo at this point. If we were to count, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, someone around Daniel Plaus Jr. No caution. It looks like he is looking to retire. Unsure as to what is going on with this 47 car. Nothing really going on. We're just going to focus on this 47. Trying to figure out what's happening to him. So he's going to lose a lot of rating. He's been towed. And cutting back to the main pack, 16 versus 21. 16 really squeezing him up into that wall, entering 3. 21, we saw him rocket around that outside line, make it really thick out there, checking the kicker, start to cruise. And they are the top 5 cars. Chase Clyde there with them. 21 breaking the not wreck the 16, and that could have been horrific for the 16 car. I think it's car says Grizzly, actually. We're actually going to do an onboard shot here. You can see just how close these cars are racing. That's Chase Clyde to the right in that 9. Entering turn 3 and 4, it's going to give you a little driver's perspective. You want to be looking towards that exit of the corner there, so that way you can just really make sure you don't hit that wall that comes up very close. If they're too wide behind, Glenn Townsend and Chase Clyde. I don't really think these guys are trying to push it too hard. I think they're really trying to maintain where they are for the moment. You can see the diehard sponsorship on that 21 really start popping out. I don't know why. But his main sponsor, Sitco, very beautiful color scheme, navy blue, bright red, and white in that Thunderbird. On that Thunderbird. Another Thunderbird right behind. The Coors Motocraft, don't discount him. He may be another part of rocket around this racetrack, as we see that 21 flying the way it does. And oh, Ryan Santana looking to battle with the leader. We're going to focus on this. I'm not sure what happened to that 25's pace, but it may change all right now. On board with number 31, Ryan Santana, second place car right now. 25 on that outside. These guys are really trying to run that middle line, but Ryan is right on his bumper, looking to get it done at his first start. So far, we've had one caution on the day caused by Rex, and we are about 40 laps in with it coming to 20 to go. 25 barely skims that wall. You can see just how different the lines are. 25 comes in far deeper, gets off it a lot later, and he sums that up getting a better exit. Behind no real battling going on. See the sky moss, beautiful clouds out right now, but I think the most beautiful thing would be this full race 25. Coming around 3 and 4, I think this is where Ryan's strong suit is. We've seen him close up here. We saw him having to get off the gas with how quick he was on that 25 bumper. I think if he's able to go and adapt his line, he could probably take the lead of this race. And it looks to go green to the end. Tomorrow's race is Phoenix, the season finale for the season 1 of Stinger. Season 2 will be starting at the end of February. We're going to have a 6-day off week, so we will not be doing any streams during that time. We're looking at the fans who woods and Cutser's banners. Beautiful racetrack today. Nice and sunny out, not too cloudy, clear skies for the most part. You see all the callers in there, everyone partying. A lot going on the infield right now. Packed grandstands as well. But we are coming around the round out lap 35, right on his bumper entering turn 1. Someone just said something, so I'm just going to check the field and make sure that everyone's okay. And yes, everyone is fine. We can see, oh, the huge closing right off the turn 1 and 2. I think this is really the battle to watch right now. Because this 31, he's been able, on the inside! Going into turn 3 and 4. 31 will get on the inside. The only car to do it. The only car to try to battle the 25 for the lead. They're 2 wide coming out of 4. 25 versus, they touch. Here they go. 25 will get it to the line, but he's still there, still on that inside line. Still has a shot to make it work going into turn 1 and 2. 25 sends it. He clears him. He hits the apron. 31. Ryan Santana on the apron. He loses a bunch of time. Drivers are saying some random things in the call right now that sort of made me laugh there. But yes, that's Setter Log, the humorous brand of the day. He's been having some very witty takes about the track. I love that guy. You can see Cam Smith, the car looking to go lap down. He was turned about 9 when they were battling. But we are at 20 to go. 47 blew a piston. Looking back, Glenn Townsend, I think he may be able to close in and change the tide of this race. We're actually going to look at some of the back of the pack cars. They haven't been getting a lot of attention. There's a 3-car battle going on and we're just not focused on it. So looking at that 65, he's watching the 9 and the 10 sort of duke at it. You know, sequential numbers right there. We've seen that a lot. We saw the 91 and 92 battling at Pocono, and the goddamn, that 65 is in that wall hard. That may be some damage for him. Let's go look at the lead again. Oh, Glenn Townsend works his way around the 31. I think 31 has used his stock up. I think he is out of it for now, at least. Going into turn 3 and 4. 21 Sitco forward. Kyle Payne drove this back in the day. Will get cleared by the 31. Maybe he does have something to give. With that 25, he has the most to give. He's in the most beneficial position he can be in right now. The longer these guys stay battling, the longer the longer the lead he's going to get. Currently, we can see he's at, let's check it, 0.70 seconds of the lead. And we're actually going to go in free cam, sort of, get a better angle on this, so you could get better perspective of how much these cars really close up. You can see that 21 get on the inside. He's now clear. 31 has to get off of the gas car. He's killing the wall. That's going to probably end his stint in the lead. I think Glenn Townsend has something to give. He's won once before in these cars, and I think he can do it again. But we're going to cut to the 25, focus on his lines. You can see here, he really holds, not on that white line, but more right above it, as the car entered the grass, which we're going to check out now. As there's also still a 3-car tango going on here. Blake Reed able to come back from hitting that wall a few laps earlier that we were watching when it happened. And that Kings Inn Chevy, driven by Brandon Carter, he was 1 lap down. He's the only car to be a lap down that came back from besides Chase Clyde, so 2 guys who have had the worst luck are really battling it out right now. And this is the battle for 6th place. Well, 5th, actually. You can see they're training around him, 65 and 10 on that inside. We saw a similar move happen when, 9 around, that will be a caution. .25 comes around, slides up the track, perfect exit, and he will take the caution. Drivers are saying they were singing the Wii Sports theme song throughout the entire stint there. It was about 20 laps. And we are now going to do a replay on the number 7th crash. Cam Spence, he wrecked early in the stint. You can see here, going into turn 1 and 2, I think this is where it happened. Not happening here. It happens next lap here. 7 car actually does it. We may be wrong again. No, we were right. 7 car entering turn 1 and 2 was wrecked by the 9. We're actually going to go do an onboard shot of what happened. If you look at his quarter panel at 9, he dived it in. Reckless move on his part and barely touched it, putting the 7 car into the wall. Thankfully, though, no one hit him. Just about everyone on pit road, including their current leader, Chad Jones Jr. 31 first one off of pit road, 25 as well. Glenn will get it. Glenn leads and 25 spins off of pit road. What a... That's something. He was really pushing to try to maintain his lead there, and he overstepped it the smallest bit. Glenn takes the lead, and we're coming to 10 to go. Everyone gets an EOL. This may change the tides of the race. Only car without it is the 9, apparently. That is a very interesting thing to see. Like the ticker. Pink slips going off next time by... And we are checking the Discord. I apologize. We gotta add people's roles and everything. But we are back. Live coverage and Stinger. 88 the leader. Green this time by. Checking the current lucky dog. It is no one. Everyone's on the lead lap. 7 all the way in the back of the pack. Driver asking where he is. As I need to go take a break after this because I need to use the bathroom. But yeah, we're coming to the winding down stages of this race. Paul Perricone all the way back there. I don't know what he's really trying to do in that 51 Exxon Chevrolet. Really intimidating look though. Cam needs to pass the 21. 88 getting a substantial lead after, yeah, that happened. We're clearing black flags on drivers because they got, oh, wreck! Huge crash! Caution is out. I don't know what happened there. And 0 cautions remain. Drivers are not getting their black flags cleared. So if a wreck happens, that's the end of the race. That's the end for you. So now we're gonna do a replay and see what happened here. Let's see what happens here. Going into turn 1 and 2, there's something that happened in this mid-pack right here. I think it could have been caused by the 65. Yeah, 65 caused that crash. Almost a flip for him. We're actually going to review this one more time. Make sure we're putting blame on the right car. Because 65... The 9 came down, but 65 came... No, that's actually on the 9. That's more of a racing deal than anything, but majority blame, I'm going to put that 50-50. We're going to let this caution sort of run down, let these drivers cool out before we go into the final stint of this race. We may go green with a round. Let's check. We're going to go green with about 7 to go, maybe. 21, our leader, extremely laggy. He's had races ended by lag. He's a one-time winner in the Stinger Aero 88 division. And now we get to see him on the lead in the final stint of the race. 0 cautions remain, which means nothing can happen from this point on. If you flip, you fall out the track, you could hit the wall head on for all that happens. The entire field could crash even, but no caution will be thrown. There are no lucky dogs. The current DNFs are Daniel Plus Jr. due to a piston failure. 36, he retired. And 41, who is currently 50 laps down, very far off base. It'll be green next time by, as we take lap 59 now. Checking the chat, seeing what drivers have to say. You know, I was gonna go use the restroom, but I think I'm gonna stick it out for the rest of this event. Actually, I will. I will use the bathroom. So, we're... We are currently gonna go muted, and yes, we are going to use the bathroom. And I am back from the bathroom break. Sorry for the minor pause there, but we are green next time by, it seems. There. Yes, automatically pace lights have one off. Green this time by. No lucky dog. We're going to do a field lineup, though. 21, Glenn Townsend. He's taking the lead after, I think, after pit road. We may see a wreck on the start. I think we've seen it once before in Stinger where cars just don't hold it together for the start. Checking the mic, by the way. This is the last chance for any moves. Last chance for anyone to do anything to win this race. Right now, the battle's going to be between that 21 and 25, man. Ford versus Chevy, Sitgo versus Folgers. We're looking at a heated rivalry right now. Two extremely talented drivers. Chad Jones Jr., he was leading for both Daytona races when the Aero 8 was first brought around, and that's a loose Daytona. It's not just flat out. You sort of gotta manhandle the car. It will lift off on you when you're in the pack. But pace car goes in. Final restart. 0 cautions remain. Glenn Townsend, our leader, and we have taken the green flag in Stinger. 25 with a lackluster start. 16 goes on the inside, going in turn 1 and 2. Not what he wants to see. 31 right behind. If he goes with that 16, that 25's race, I consider it over. 51, that black demon all the way behind that 10. He shot up high entering mid-corner. 25 in the wall, cracking under pressure. It's horrible for him right now. 16 and 31 are left to chase this victory, and we have 7 laps to go. Here we go. 21 comes around the fourth corner, has about a 2-car length lead on the 16. That's Cam Smith, second-time starter, 1-time starter behind Ryan Santana. 25, Chad Jones Jr. sends it in on him. He intimidates him. He moves him out of the way. They're a heated battle for second. I am at a loss for words due to how good this racing is. This is incredible. 16, second-time starter. We saw him have a lackluster performance at Pocono. It was all right for his first start, and the 21 lags. I don't know where he's went. He's back. He's extreme lag for the lead. 25 gets around the 16 because he hits the wall. Ryan Santana goes with him. Brandon Carter, don't discount him. He's been a driver that's overly aggressive. He's been a driver who can win races though. And if everything goes right his way, if the 21 was to wreck and other cars get involved, he's in the hot seat to win it. Cam Smith, he was running in second place earlier today. He took it from Santana, and he may be able to get this. Chase Clyde came back from a lap down, and so did Brandon Carter in that 10. Both of these guys know what they're doing when it comes to handling a race car at Charlotte. You can see Cam, he's fading. It's Cam versus Cam for 5th now. Chase Clyde, he's not having the pace that he had in the early stints. Cam wrecks Cam. He's around into the wall. No one else involved. And that will be a black flag for the 81. Actually, no, we're just going to leave him be because it is too late for any black flag to be imperative. We're going to have to review that with the submitted ticket system. Bad moment for the other Cam Smith, though. You can see the battle for the lead heating up. 3 to go at Charlotte. 25, Chad Jones Jr. looking to take his dominant lead, looking to get his, I think, second win in Stinger. He has one before this. Here we go, off of turn 4, the battle heating up. I think this 25 is going to get him in the 1. I think that's where we've seen his car, the quickest in that corner. Cutting back to him. Entering corner 1, closing up a minor bit on that 21. It's getting intense. As they exit turn 4, both on nearly the same line. Maximizing the track to everything it can. The draft is so powerful here. He's where he needs to be. We come around to the white flag next time by checking the ticker, my bad. And here we go. We're coming to the last lap at Charlotte. Glenn Townsend leads by a car length. 2 wide for second. Brandon Carter versus Ryan Santana. Here we go. He hits the wall. He loses time. Glenn Townsend, the leading, getting time. And 2 cars have wrecked on the straightaway. But looking at the leaders, Glenn Townsend nowhere for the 25 to gain time. Glenn Townsend, the 21, he was not leading all day. He was not leading all night, but he will lead the final lap. Glenn Townsend, our winner at Charlotte. What a race. Heartbreaking defeat for the 25. Cars wrecking across the line. The race is over. Our winner, Glenn Townsend, in that number 21 Ford Thunderbird. I frankly can't believe it. That race was some good racing, man. 3 cautions on the day. 4 lead changes to my knowledge. 10 giving him a little victory nudge. Glenn Townsend wins his second race in Stinger. Everyone happy about this race. 21, our winner. Glenn Townsend, look at him doing his burnout for the first time since Daytona. His only wins come in this series. Maybe he'll be able to go and do it again at Daytona this Monday. Very good driver. I've been racing with him for about 2 years now, and boy, man, he's given me a run for my money, and I've given him some runs for his money. But he's a fast car, man. Congrats to Glenn Townsend, number 21, Sitco Ford Underwood, our winner at Stuttgart Charlie. Very nice to see that car in victory lane, man. Boy, man. This has been Stinger TV. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, everyone.